This is Crispy with another WebFMS video tutorial. This time we're looking at the scenario where a batch of tokens have been handed out in the incorrect order. This will happen from time to time. Often, if it happens, it's because when the tokens were sorted out, they weren't stacked back in the same way up as they normally are. It's good to get in the habit of always stacking the tokens the same way up, but from time to time it will crop up where a whole batch will be reverse stacked, if you like, and that can cause confusion with the numbers assistant when they're handing them out. So it's good to get in that habit, but this is how to deal with the scenario when this has happened. And in this example, it's a relatively straightforward, simple version of this problem where we only got 4 tokens that have been handed out in the correct order, and that's tokens 4 to 7. So effectively, instead of token 4 being handed out, token 7 was handed out, all the way up to 7, where instead of token 7 being handed out, it was token 4. Right, so let's go into the example. The first thing to note is that there's nothing obvious just by looking at the data files that will indicate there's a problem. You have to know that there's an issue, and quite often the first you will know about that is when the runners email in to say, well, hang on a second, you've got my position right, but my time's wrong. And when you get a few people doing the same thing, you'll start to spot a pattern emerging, and at which point you realise, okay, maybe a batch has been dealt with. The best thing to do with that situation is to wait until you've had a few emails before doing any changes. If you make a change quickly, before you've got enough information, and you can just get into quite a muddle. So the best thing to do is to wait a few days, get the information in, and then you'll be able to spot the pattern. Alright, so I'm going to go through to the next page, and we're going to assume that we've had emails from 4 runners, from Joanne Sinton-Hewitt, from Mary Hickson, from Jill Wilson, and from Anne Coward, all basically giving the information that their times are out by a few seconds or a few minutes, and we'll now go through that process. And what we've got to do is to reverse the order. So this position, which is currently allocated to Joanne Sinton-Hewitt, we need to reallocate Anne Coward, and vice versa. So that's really straightforward. The thing to do is to make a note before you start of the athlete numbers of the positions that you want to change, just so that it makes it easier. Now, I've already done that, and I've noted down that I need to change Joanne Sinton-Hewitt's number from, well, her athlete number is A987. Now, if I change that instead to A160, that's Anne Coward's number, which is the one that I wanted to pick. Sorry, 160, that should be. There you go. That shows how easy it is to make a mistake. I got them transposed the wrong way around, but Anne Coward. And once we've picked the right athlete, we can then click on the update row button at the end and go. And you see immediately you get the pink rows coming in. That indicates that there is an error, and in this case the error is that we've got 2 athletes with the same two positions with the same athlete, which it won't let us continue at that stage. Well, we expected that to happen, so I like doing these in pairs, so I'll correct the second issue. So I'll go on to the second one, and this one I need to do the reverse with. So where it was A160, I need to change it to A987. And that's correct, that's the one we're after. So I then click on the update a row button at the end of the line and say go, and now you'll see that the pink rows have disappeared. So the only thing left to do are to switch around positions 5 and 6. So we do exactly the same thing again. I pick the row in question, I type in the number I want to change it to, which in this case is A726, and that's Jill Wilson. We say yes to update. Notice that it's going to go pink. I click again on the second row this time, and this was the one that I changed over to A8476, which is what the one at the top was, except I didn't do it, so let's just do it again. 8476. Mary Hickson, that's the one we should have, and if we click on the update row button, we're now all sorted. And so that's our 4 rows, we've just reversed them. As I said, that was a very simple example with only 4 that have been done. Quite often when they're handed out in batches of 20, there might be quite a few to go through, so it's quite a laborious issue. So the moral from this is if it's good to get in the habit of making sure the tokens are stacked and really check them before they start being handed out. Alright, well anyway, at that point we would be able to finish, log out, and we're all done. And so thank you for listening again. Bye bye.